Despite the many setbacks and the suffering we have endured through the generations, we have come this far because we never gave up. We now continue to persevere in our struggle for peace in our land. As the song says, the melody cannot cease. We must continue to play it. We now invite two survivors who have joined the March of the Living for the first time this year to share their thoughts on how it feels to be in Israel on the evening of Yom HaAtzmaut after being in Poland for a week with March of the Living. We invite to the stage Hedy Bohm and Alex Buckman.
My name is Hedy Bohm, and I am a first time returnee to Auschwitz, Birkenau, and to taking part in the March of the Living. To have some conceptions of my feelings, I have to give you a few-minute explanation of my previous life of before. I was born in Romania in peace and living a simple everyday life with my parents, an only child, in a Jewish all-girls school until the war. 1944, March, when I had to put on a yellow star on my coat, was the first time I met anti-Semitism. I had such a sheltered life before. By April, we had to move out of our apartments and into a ghetto where 30,000 Jewish people were jammed together from my town and the nearby villages. Within a few weeks, I became 16 in the ghetto, and in another few weeks, I was in a boxcar with my mother, father, and hundreds of other people on our way to Auschwitz-Birkenau. On arrival, within a few minutes, I lost my father, and in another few minutes, I saw my mother the last time. Found myself alone with thousands of strangers in Auschwitz-Birkenau in June 1944. I was there for 3 months before I was included in a selection that went daily on every time to be taken as a slave laborer to Germany, Fallersleben. I was in Germany until liberation, 1945, April 14th. It was a wonderful way to have my 65th anniversary of my liberation and life amongst all the wonderful young people from my hometown and all over the world. They were supporting me with their kindness, enthusiasm, and respect on the way along the road of the March of the Living. And I was fortunate enough to have there also my son Ronnie, and my nephew Peter. The feelings, it's hard to describe. I didn't expect ever to be back there. I didn't want to be back there. I thought remembering and reliving it would be too terrible. But when I looked around in Auschwitz-Birkenau at the electrified fences and the camps, and I saw myself, the 16-year-old, there, trapped and unhappy, scared, when I remembered my mother and father and all the people that I cared about and knew lost and gone, I started crying. And at a moment later, I told myself, stop, look around you. Look around you now. And I did, and I saw 10,000 young faces, caring, kind, intelligent, bright, all around me. And those terrible camps, empty and forlorn, and maybe would be better forgotten, but we can't do that either. And I looked around me and listened to the Hatikva blaring on the loudspeakers. And I thought, my God, what a joy that I was given this day. We ask ourselves often the question that cannot be answered. Why? Why was it? Why did it happen? And then, why did I survive? There are no answers that I could think of so far. Perhaps to come to Canada with my husband and have my two wonderful children, Vicky and Ronnie. Perhaps 65 years later, to be here with you on this march and see the effect of the story and hoping to entrust you with the future. Knowing that we're going to come to Israel was fantastic. I can only tell you that it's a dream come true. To stand here under the Israeli skies and speak to so many wonderful, bright Jewish adults and teenagers. And I'm so grateful that I had a chance to have this day. And I just pray to God, we should never forget, ever, how grateful we have to be for Israel, for the wonderful people who gave their lives almost daily to sustain it and keep it. And let us always appreciate it and be thankful for the good things that life gave us. I tell my children that the greatest gift I gave them, to take them from Europe and bring them up in Canada, that they could be born and raised and live in Canada in peace and equality. The last couple of years I started speaking through the Holocaust Center to non-Jewish adults, mostly my age, and I entrust them every time with the words of, don't let discrimination pass you by without standing up. Don't let bullying take place without standing up for those who are downtrodden. It can start there and it can grow, and we have to be vigilant always. I myself, I thank God for having reached this day and that I can share this with you and have this wonderful, wonderful group that I'm with to support me and love me as I love them. Thank you all.